Hello, my crafty friends. All right, so you guys remember the other day when I was cleaning my craft room and I was saying, oh, I found all sorts of cool things. Well, we had done a project or two a while back with some paint sticks. So these are the ends of that I cut off of the sticks, right? And I was like, oh, we're going to use these to make like a handle for a little like raised tiered, almost like faux cutting board, right? So I put two together because the width of this puzzle is about two of them. So then I decided to trim it down. So I trimmed first on the bottom and then flipped it over on the top. And you guys saw I just hot glued these together. So I just wrapped it in a little bit of tape while I was sawing, just to make sure that it didn't come apart. And then I'll give it a good sanding as I'm going here, then flip it over, like I said, and do the other side. Then I'm going to use some of the little balls, the little wooden balls. And you guys, you could get these anywhere, online, Dollar Tree, you could paint them. We're going to paint them, so it doesn't matter if they're a certain color. Get those hot glued into place. And you can see I put the piece of the puzzle in, I hot glued it in because that edge was a little too small for that bead to go on, right? So it worked out perfectly. And then I just hot glued the handle on, and then I used a little bit of a popsicle stick almost as a shim, and then hot glued it apart or across it. So it kind of like held it a little bit. And then I needed to sand, so I just slid some of those underneath it just to kind of hold it in place. That way it didn't pop off or anything like that, since I had just hot glued it. So it was just kind of, what would I call that? Well, it's just kind of holding in place. All right, so I'm just getting off any hot glue that was on there, getting it ready to paint, because you guys, we're gonna use the Waverly antiquing wax on this project, right? So wanted to make sure there was no glue or anything like that. And something else, you guys, is I didn't paint it when I first started, but I am going to go and paint the opposite side of it too, or the underneath side of it. That way you don't see any of the raw wood or anything like that. So I'm just putting a really pretty thick coat on here, you guys. And I just kind of set it aside to dry and for a little bit, and then even hit it with my hair dryer to dry it up too. So now I'm going to use some of this painter's tape because I'm going to use that ivory, I think it's called, chalk paint, because I want to make like a line across it, right? Just to kind of add a little bit more of a decorative element to it. And then I'll do a little bit of sanding just around the edges. And I think this is just going to add a little bit to it. The neat thing about this, you guys, is it's almost kind of like a riser tray-ish kind of thing. Okay, I know there's got to be a technical word, but I'm totally blanking right now. But just one really thick coat of this paint, and then I'm just going to pull these back, and a nice crisp line. And honestly, you could do another thin one, you could do a thicker one, but I kind of like just this one. And then, like I said, just grabbing my little sanding block here, just doing a little distressing all the way around. And you guys, I think this is super fun. You could actually put so many things on this to decorate, like in your kitchen or on a table or something like that. But even I thought if we didn't put the feet on it, it could hang up and be something different. So here it is, my friends. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.